I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you took me in. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came to me. Welcome to Reaching Lives and Building the Body of Christ. This is the outreach ministry of the Greater Universal Baptist Church. And as always, we're always trying to provide information to our community that will be uplifting and inspiring. And we're just so happy that you joined us again today. And I'm sure if you stay with us, you're going to be blessed and inspired by what we are about to share. Some of you might know a couple of days ago, I had the great opportunity of introducing a founder of an organization by the name of C.O.M.E. The organization, or the acronym C.O.M.E, stands for Caregivers Outreach Ministry Empowerment. And the founder of that ministry is the person that's sitting next to me, who happens to be my co-host for today's show, in the person of Miss Diane Cooper. Diane, is so happy to have you back.
It's great to be here.
And in that show, we talked about the gift of caregiving. And so today, we're going to be talking about part 2 of the gift of caregiving. Because I wanted to finish our discussion on a program that she talked so glowingly about when we chatted the first time. Diane, you told me about the Sharks program, and I see you have your shirt on, and
yes,
you've got some guests that you want to introduce us to.
Yes, some VIPs.
Hey, praise God for the VIPs of the Shark program.
So I want to introduce you to the Shark VIPs, and Shark, as we all know, stands for Students Helping and Assisting Relatives with Knowledge and Skills. And these are students actually who are assisting a disabled, a sick, or elderly loved one at home, or maybe not at home, at a distance. And I am so proud of my VIPs because, as I was telling Pastor, that on the news we often hear about things that are going on in a negative basis when it comes to young people. But I want you to know that there are some beautiful, positive young people that are doing great things within our community and within our family members. So today I just want to introduce you to 5 VIPs. And we have here, this is Brianna. Hi, Brianna.
Hi.
And we have Natasha. And
Nashaya.
I'm sorry, Nashaya. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
And we have Faith.
That's easy.
And we have Jaylene.
That's right.
And we have Vianney.
Hi, Vianney. Welcome to the show.
Just want to welcome you guys.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and who do you minister to?
Well, I help my grandma with taking her pills, sometimes like dyeing her hair since her hair is gray and she wants to look more young than she is. And sometimes I help her like reading the labels since she doesn't speak English, so I speak fluent Albanian and I help her doing. And when my mom sometimes is at work, me and my sister, we sometimes help our grandma, helping the little baby our little baby sister, because she's in her trouble twos, and so like she's running around the house causing a mess. So that's it.
So tell me, what is your grandmother suffering with? Is
she has asthma.
She does have asthma.
And so she has like severe headaches and stomach pains, and so she has all these pills. Most of them I don't know how to explain, but I just know like the causes for them. So I help her take them once a day, like over the weekends or like after school, after I finish my homework.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Very good.
Okay. And Nashaya.
My name is Nashaya.
Hi, Nashaya. How are you?
Good. I live in the Bronx, and I care for my grandparents. They're not really disabled, but they're older, and I just help out with things around the house and running certain little errands for them, just to be helpful, because, you know, it gets a little harder.
How much older?
My grandfather is 75, and my grandmother is 68.
That's a blessing.
Yes.
Faith.
Hello.
That's a Christian name.
It is. My name is Faith. I'm 16, and I take care of my autistic brother, Jesse.
Okay.
He's 24 years old.
Wow. Thank you, Faith.
What are some of the things you have to do for him,
Yeah.
Faith?
I have to help him in the morning when he gets ready for his program that he does every day. I help give him food. I prepare meals for him. I also take him off the bus when he comes home after his program.
Okay.
Will he ever get over autism? That's for life.
It's permanent.
Yeah, permanent. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, Jalen.
Hi, I care for my grandpa. He is 71.
Okay.
He has both
Amputee.
amputation,
Oh, really?
yeah, from blood clots in both legs. So he's really weak and he cannot walk.
Wow.
In certain doors he can't
Yeah.
fit. He can't walk up the stairs and he can't make his own meals. So I help him get up,
Very
go out,
good.
and it's
I'm
really
proud of you
sad
guys.
to see him be so depressed because everyone stares at him that he has no legs. So it's really sad to see that.
Yeah. Okay, Vianney.
Hi.
Hi.
I used to take care of my great grandmother who had Alzheimer's, and recently I've been taking care of my grandma who has liver problems, and
Wow.
she doesn't have back problems, but her back really hurts a lot. And when I used to take care of my great grandmother, it was sad to see her like that because she used to suffer a lot. She wanted to remember things, but she couldn't. There were something she just couldn't remember.
Yeah, natural. How old is she, if I might ask?
My grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
she just turned 61.
Wow. Okay, Diane, let's talk a little bit about this program and what goes into it, how you get them, and how do you develop them.
Okay, so basically the program started out
Okay.
because one day I just was sitting and something said to me, I wonder are there children
Something that
out
was
there?
the Lord. You know
Yes,
that was
okay.
the Lord.
And God said to me, I wonder are there children out there that are caregivers, and I wonder if there's any support system that's out there for kids. And I got online, of course, we go on the computer, and I found one organization in the nation who focused strictly on working with youth caregivers. It is called American Association of Youth Caring, and they're located in Florida. And so me and my bold self, I called up that person and said, I'm interested in this subject. Would you mind coming up to New
Really?
York to speak to us? And she
Wow,
did. Connie
wow.
Siskowski. She came up and she spoke to us about the
Wow.
Caregivers program and gave us some tips and things like that on the program. So we went around. Connie gave us some tools to gather information about
Okay.
youth caregiving. We went around to 2 schools in the school district 11. 2 schools we went around to, Christopher Columbus and PS 83 we went to. And we gathered information for 454 students.
Wow.
And out of the 454 students, 196 said that they assist a loved one. That's 43%. Okay, so we're talking about almost half of the individuals said that they were actually caring for someone. And so we wrote a grant, and the Yankees partnered with us and gave us money to actually support 20 students.
Okay.
To do a support group once a month for the students and to take them out on fabulous trips afterward as a break
Wow,
so we can enjoy
good.
each other. And as far as recruiting, we go around to the school, we hold meetings and stuff in the auditorium to meet with kids, and we do the survey and we try to get kids that way. We work along with the principal, with the vice principal, with the
Okay.
assistant principal rather, and try to get students to come into the program.
Okay.
So we're having a good time.
So are the Yankees ongoing contributor, supporter, sponsor?
They're not ongoing, but I must say that most of the monies that we've gotten have come from the Yankees. They're not an ongoing fund, but
That's
they
the
really
New York
helped us.
Yankees, y'all,
Yes.
baseball team.
Yes, yes. And the grant is called the New Yankee Stadium Community Benefit Fund.
Really?
So they have really supported us a great deal when it comes
Okay.
to this program. So we're grateful to that.
I salute the Yankees. They do a lot of good things in our community. Okay, well, tell me, what does the program offer? Should we ask them or?
Well, actually, you can. I'm going to just say that we do support. It's definitely called support groups. And I actually asked them, what do they want to talk about? Or just looking
Okay.
at some of the things that they're dealing with, that gives me a clue about what to talk about.
Okay.
But they can tell you some of the things that we do in the
Should
program.
we talk about what you like about the program?
Well, I like about that we talk about things that usually people find sad to talk about, like depression, anxiety,
Okay.
or like people with Down
Those are pretty
syndrome,
grown topics.
Alzheimer's, or autism.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since I joined the program, I never knew what Alzheimer's was.
Really?
I've heard of it, but
You're
it
doing a
wasn't
great
like
thing.
that like interesting to me. I thought it was just, like another disease that you see people are suffering from. And then the more we got into these topics, the more interested I became and the more helpful it was. Because if I ever saw somebody suffering from depression or anxiety, like symptoms that you would see somebody doing that, I would want to help them out.
Very
Even though
good.
if they didn't want to, I would still do it for them because it's good for the community and like it's good for yourself too because you feel like you did something good in the world.
Absolutely. Okay, good.
I feel like this is a nice way to get away because sometimes as a caregiver or helping, assisting a relative, you don't get too much time for yourself. So you get an opportunity to go places and, actually be a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So which is nice because you don't really get that opportunity. Or you feel bad, or when you are out on your own, you always feel the need to check up on your loved one.
Right.
And this is a nice way to.
You just said something that was very interesting. You said you don't get the chance. I mean, you get a chance to be a kid. Do you feel like this pushes you to grow up a lot faster than you normally would?
Yeah, because when you think of a caregiver, you think of somebody that's older helping another older person or somebody that needs help. But as a kid, you don't really see, like in TV, you don't see kids helping their loved one in certain situations like that. So it is more of it forces you to grow up and deal with things that not other kids would deal with.
Good. Faith?
I think Sharks is an amazing opportunity for teens like us to have the opportunity to like empathize with each other and really understand what's going on within like our homes and what's really going on within our lives, because we are teenagers that are kind of dealing with mature things.
That's
and
right.
being able to
Absolutely.
communicate with each other is a great opportunity.
Okay. Jalen?
I really love this program because we're like a family. Our bond is unbreakable, and we talk about so many different topics that really let our minds run loose and understand and comprehend how others suffer and our situations isn't as bad as theirs. So it's really a relief, and we all go places and very rewarding. You really feel comfortable around them. So
Okay.
it's really nice.
Good. Biani?
I really enjoy this program because you can discuss things with one another and they will understand what you're going through because they're also caregivers, so they know what it's like to care for someone the way that you care for someone. So they understand what you go through, the process and everything. And it's nice to have someone there that understands you the same way you expect them to.
So you haven't always had that outlet where you had somebody that you could really talk to that really understood what you were going through. And so this is like a network that allows you to really share your real feelings. And that's a real good relief.
And I think you're not being judged, too. I think that you're not
Okay.
being judged, that you may say something that somebody who doesn't know what it's like to be a caregiver may look at you like, oh, my God, how can they say that? But as another caregiver, you're not being judged because we understand. And what I love most is that they do have a younger person because I am a caregiver like you guys, but I am a caregiver for my husband. I'm an older person, whereas we do have the program coordinator, which couldn't make it today, Kiona. Who's a little bit younger than I am and can totally relate to them because she too was a caregiver. She started at 9 years old and she's still caregiving. So she totally can relate to you guys on a different level than what I can as far as dealing with the adult caregiver.
Okay, well, can we talk a little bit about the training, how the curriculum is actually put together?
Well, basically the curriculum came about where I tried to work along with Connie, the young lady I told you guys about from Florida. to see what are some of the topics
Okay,
and
so-
subjects that she was dealing with the kids.
So they
And-
actually have a national organization founded in Florida. What's the name of it?
It's called American Association for Caring Youth,
Oh, really?
and it's
Okay.
down in Florida. And my
Okay.
thing is that we don't have anything like this for, say, here in the New York City area. So,
Okay.
I mean, we can't tackle the whole New York City area, but we can certainly start in the Bronx.
Okay.
You know, so I feel that we're just planting the seed, and my
Yeah.
goal and wishes is that, you know, that we're planting the seed, and I hope and pray that someone, you know, out there will see how important it is, and maybe start, you know, something where we can start to gather more research on the
So
topic.
you actually
for it.
creating a model here that you hope
Trying
that
to.
will expand.
Yeah, we are trying to.
So
Yeah.
I know that one of our objectives today is to kind of reach out to other young people that would want to become a part of this effort. Now, how do we get them?
Well, actually,
what's your plan?
is it Twitter, you guys? The one where it says Youth Caregivers NYC? Is that our Twitter or our Facebook or that we have? Right? I think it's you can reach us by calling us, and then we're also, I believe it's Twitter, where is Youth Caregivers NYC. If you want to contact us that way, or if you contact us at 718-379-3159, I can actually have one of these young ladies give you a call back, you know,
Okay.
to speak about what you're going through as a support. But we would also hope that you would consider even joining us. It's one Saturday out of every month.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you.
Sometimes we meet, if the school is closed throughout the week, we'll meet throughout a weekday, you know, to make it easier for your Saturdays. But we meet once a month, and we meet for about 30 to 40 minutes the most, and then we normally go out on trips.
Okay, tell me a little bit more about this curriculum. We just raised the issue, but what actually goes into it? There's practical training, and there's training on topics like depression.
Well, I wouldn't really call it training, because like I
okay.
was telling the young ladies before we started this, that our goal is, when you say about training, is to really bring in, right now we're just doing it as far as me being a nurse practitioner, a whole bit, educated, but I like to bring in, starting next year, I was just telling them that to bring in a social worker to really speak about some of the subjects that we're talking about.
Because you don't do like role playing in your training.
We haven't done that yet, but that is on the curriculum. We do have role playing on it. We haven't done it yet, but that is on the curriculum. But it's just really support, somebody to listen to.
Okay.
Somebody wants somebody to listen
Tell
to.
me about some of these trips, y'all. What's been the most exciting trips y'all been on?
There's this upcoming trip to Kalahari. It's a water park.
Okay. I'm going. Okay.
It's considered our annual trip because even last year we went there.
Okay.
And this year we're staying for 2 to 3 days.
Wow.
And it is an indoor water park.
Okay.
And it has some outdoor features like the pool and some games. And we're hoping to get a 5-bedroom suite from Capital One Bank.
Wow.
And probably the best trip so far that we've been to this year was probably like Dave and Buster's or the Bounce Trampoline Park.
Okay.
Those are very fun trips to go to.
Okay. And some other trips that we went on?
My favorite trip was probably the first trip we went on was the Lion King.
Oh.
I've always heard about it, seen it on TV.
That the play?
The play, yeah. And actually seeing it for the first time was exciting. I got to be like, oh, I seen the Lion King.
Okay, very good. Now this is funded by like the Yankees fund that.
Partially by Yankees and partially by us.
Okay.
I really like Kalahari because we were like, it was so much fun. We all ran around, you know, we all had our talks and stuff. And I also would say the Lion King because I love theater and it's really beautiful.
Good. Very good.
I would have to agree with Faith because I really like The Lion King a lot especially because Manhattan in general, you could see like the city from the outside part. And just like getting to see it was like, wow, I actually saw it in a theater that wasn't a movie theater.
Okay. Very good. If I would ask you to speak to some of the young people that might be watching this show, to tell them why they need to be a part of a program like this, if they're caring for somebody.
Being a part of this program is a good thing because it's a way to express yourself. Like, be who you are around the people who are just like you. Like, you get to talk about how you feel, your feelings, and like I said before, we understand how you feel because this is something that we go through as well. So it's something that gives you like basically like a day off from what you do.
Okay. And I know that is the intention for the adults that you minister to too.
To have that little break. And it's so not funny, but I'm saying that there are actually, the statistics says that there is over 34 million caregivers, unpaid caregivers, because we're not getting paid for this. We're not looking to get paid for it because we're doing this out of the kindness of our heart, commitment, responsibility, because we love the person that we're caring for. But it does say that there's anywhere from 1.3 to 1.4 million youth caregivers from the age of 8 to 18 years old. So there's a lot of youth caregivers out there. What I want to ask is that why do you think that kids who are youth caregivers do not come out, speak about it?
I feel like that most of the youth caregivers don't come out and speak about it because there aren't, like, you wouldn't think that there are many people that know about it because most people will talk about what they saw on Instagram, Facebook, the new song that came out, or what they did over the weekend. They wouldn't think that taking care of somebody is that fascinating when really they're like really fascinating things about taking care of somebody. Like, let's say my grandma, right? She did something funny. It was an accident. Even she thought it was funny. Like, I would have shared that with you, but since you don't think it's cool and I don't want to make fun of make myself look embarrassing, I don't say it to you. I wouldn't say it to you because it's not really like the cool thing to say or to
It may not appear that way. That's true. Why do you think why do you think other kids may not speak about their caregiver's role?
Being a youth caregiver, it wasn't really a thing for me until I got into this program.
So you probably didn't even know you were a caregiver.
Right. I just did it because, that's my grandmother, my grandfather. You just do those things, but you don't feel, that's not, you don't talk about stuff like that. So it's just, that's not something that as teenagers or at pre-teenagers that we talk about with our friends. And it's not really a thing to us. It's just something that we do. It's not really a job. Or
I don't think there's much of an understanding. I would be at school and I'm like, I have a brother with autism. They're like, what's autism? So it's kind of like, why bring it up if you don't want to explain and explain and explain over and over again? And it's like, you don't really have someone to really connect to you. Like, we are with each other, we understand what's going on, but like, when you're just talking to someone who doesn't understand, they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, never mind, You kind of get pushed to a side.
You can't really make that connection with that person because they don't understand or comprehend what the amount of stress or the amount of fear you have to losing that person you care for or caring the amount you do for that person. And I feel like as if when I first started this, when we started the Sharks, I was really like to myself because I didn't really know you guys and I didn't know your stories and your backgrounds behind it. So I wanted to stay to myself because I didn't know their situations could lead to mine.
You being a caregiver, you don't consider yourself a caregiver. It's not something that, you're a caregiver. Is that like a job or something? It's something that you're supposed to do because that's your family. You're supposed to take care of each other because you love each other, not because you're hired. It's not, well, it could be optional, but like you're caring for someone you care about because you care about them.
Well, does it allow you to meet other people that's caring for people? How does that happen? Do you all know somebody else that might be caring for other people?
No, not really, because again, it's not something that people like to talk about. So the program, I guess, is how we find people that are like us, but pertaining to like friends or other people that we know, it's not something that people talk about because it's either embarrassing or just something that you do out of love. So, not really.
I guess Faye. Yeah.
My sister is also a caregiver, and we're very close. So having that person to talk to about like an issue and how we can sort it out and figure how we can take care of my brother. And also, I have friends that are caregivers as well, and I kind of connect to them in that sense.
Okay. Are they a part of this program or?
No, but I'm hoping they will be soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have talked to them.
We're working on that.
Yeah, okay. I have a question for you.
Yes.
What are your strategies for recruiting young people in your program?
Basically, what we're going to do is that we're also going to do another meeting at the schools to do some more surveys. And also my strategy is asking the people who are involved in the program, if you know if anyone in your class, in your school, please mention the program.
That's what I was getting at.
You know,
with that
well, it's
question.
promoted on the website. If you were to go to the website, you'll see all the information about the program on the website also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had a chance to go on your website myself, but I heard that there's a whole lot of upgrades out.
Got a whole makeup. And you'll see these young ladies on the website also.
Yeah, in fact, this show is going to be on your website very soon.
It will.
But as we come to the close, I just want to commend y'all for being the caregivers that you are. And thank you so much for taking the time to come and share with us and the people of our community. And thank you, Madam President, for coming and for the excellent work that you do.
You're welcome.
And I'm gonna let you close the show.
Well, I'm going to close by saying that, I want you guys today to take a good look at the young ladies that are here today because these are faces of young people who care about caring for someone, of young people who are compassionate, that have love, that have the understanding on being a caregiver. And I also want to shout out that basically if there's anyone that you know from your church, from your school, from your community that is a youth caregiver, you may see somebody helping a grandma, helping a parent, please let them know about the program and ask them to give us a ring at 718-379-3159 or go to the website at COMEOutreach.org. And if you would like to volunteer, we would love that. If you're a social worker out there, retired social worker that would like to volunteer on a Saturday, one Saturday out of a month, we would love to have you to come to speak to us about some of the issues that we speak about. But I do want you all to know that there are young people out there in the world today who are doing wonderful things.
I just want to applaud you. Thank you for joining us today, and I know that you have been blessed by sharing in this broadcast. And again, the information is provided. Please be in touch with the C.O.M.E organization. That's Caregivers Outreach Ministry Empowerment. Again, we thank you and thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Thank you.
God bless you. And we'll catch you next time on Reaching Lives and Building the Body of Christ.